So tell me about your lawn.
Well, we have a mess.
Yeah, it is a little patchy. I mean, starting right here, we have a real tall perennial ryegrass. Over in this area, we got, look at this, a fine-bladed fescue. In here, see all this soil showing through?
I do.
This is a perfect opportunity for weed seeds to get in where the grass is thin and germinate. And if
Okay.
you look right here, see this big circle right here, a thick blade? These are weeds that did just that.
Okay.
And what's going on down here by the walk?
Well, Roger, we had plant beds here, and I decided to pull the plants out and spread some seed down.
What kind of seed did you use?
The $1.99 bag from the garden center down the street.
Well, I think we can do a little better than that.
I hope so.
Now, what are you looking for out of this lawn?
Roger, I'd like a consistent, natural-looking lawn. I don't need a golf course. I just want a consistent lawn.
Well, I think using the results of our soil test and a few tools, we can do that. So let's grab some tools and get to work.
Great.
All right, Mary, the first thing we're going to do is cut your lawn to 1.5 inches in height.
Why 1.5 inches, Roger?
Well, your lawn is predominantly ryegrass, and that's the height at which ryegrass grows the best and also gets the densest.
Okay.
So put the hearing protection on, start it up, and let's go to work. Go right around. Wow, get some of that Oregon rain you promised.
Roger, this isn't rain, it's just misting.
Okay, now you noticed I had you bag the lawn.
Why is that?
If we didn't use the bagger, the clippings would have dropped on the lawn and smothered it and interfere with what we have to do next. And that next step is dethatching. If you take a look at this machine, you'll see there's steel tines under there. They're going to go around and go through the lawn and rip out all the dead grass, the thatch layer.
And that won't hurt the lawn?
No, it'll help it.
Okay.
Well, Mary, we really took a lot of material out of the lawn.
It wasn't too much, was it, Roger?
No, take a look at that. There's some grass in there, but take a look at all this brown. That's the thatch. That's what we wanted to get out to open the lawn up.
Okay.
Now, we want to open the lawn up even more.
Okay.
And to do that, we're going to use this core aerator. This is a machine that drives these spikes down into the ground, pulling out a plug about 2 or 3 inches long, because those holes are going to allow water, nutrients, and air to get down into the lawn and make your grass stronger.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's a two-part system to run it. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull back on this. That'll engage those tines. Then you have to lower the tines to the ground. Once they hit the ground, it's going to pull you forward.
Okay.
When you get to the end, raise the tines up, spin around, and come back, lower them, and do it again.
Okay.
All right? Here's your hearing protection. You ready to go?
Ready.
All set. Engage it. Drop it down. Okay, stop it. There you go. Turn it around. Lift way up. It spins easy. You just lift it up like this. Okay? Now just drop it down and engage. That's good, Mary. You did a great job. I want you to take a look right over here. See the hole you put in here? I mean, literally, I can put my finger down in it, and that's the core that comes out. It's really opened up the lawn. Now, on a dry day, these cores would break up all by themselves over a period of time. Because it's so wet, we're going to rake them up and remove them from the lawn. All right, Mary, we got the hard part done. Now it's time to start adding materials to the lawn. And the first thing we're going to add is compost. This stuff is the greatest thing you can put on the lawn. It's going to add nutrients, and it's going to help with drainage. So what we're going to do, we're going to add about a ½ inch. I want you to fill your shovel up. Then use your hand, and we're just going to broadcast it all over the lawn. want to do is rake this in lightly. It'll send the compost down into the holes and level off any heavy areas. Mary, that looks great. You've got that compost nice and spread in. Now it's time to look at our soil test. Now, the first thing the soil test tells me is the physical structure of the soil. In this case, you have a loamy soil.
Okay.
And that's pretty good. Sandy soil dries out really quickly. Clay holds a lot of water, so we're right in the middle.
Okay.
Now we'll take a look at the soil test.
All right.
The first thing I look at is acidity, or pH, and here it's 5.9. That's pretty good.
Okay.
And you'll notice these red numbers. All those red numbers indicate things that we are lacking in or low in. The first is nitrogen. That doesn't surprise me. With all the rain you get here, that nitrogen just leaches right through the soil. So to take care of that, we're going to fertilize 3 times a year with a balanced fertilizer.
Okay, but I noticed that phosphorus is low too.
That's right, and that's important to the roots. It helps them grow and take up nutrients. So to make those roots stronger, we're going to add some phosphorus.
Okay.
And the last is potassium. Now, potassium is very important in the chemical reactions of the soil. If there's not enough potassium, the soil can't do those reactions and take up the food.
Okay, so what are we going to do about these?
We are going to add a balanced fertilizer, and I have that over here. If you take a look in the bag, it says 9-3-4. That's 9 parts nitrogen, 3 parts phosphorus, and 4 parts potassium.
Okay.
We're going to take and dump it into this broadcast spreader. Then I'm going to have you just spread it evenly over the lawn. The broadcast spreader has already been calibrated, and you'll be all set to go. All right, why don't you get started with that, Mary?
Okay.
Okay. Now, as you're going along, you just want to notice where your outside limit of the spread is, so when you come back, you don't overlap too much.
Okay.
All right, so just turn around. Okay, now, when you're ready to start, engage it, and you'll see where your overlap's going to be. That's good. You're following right along the edge of the last pass.
So, do I have to put compost down before I use this?
No, not at all. Most times you fertilize the lawn, you're just going to fertilize over your existing lawn. We were doing a lot of soil improvement here. That's why we used the compost. Now, for the last ingredient, we are going to overseed your lawn using a blend of seed. I'm putting some in here for you. Yeah, just hold that. Now, if we look at the bag, you can see the 4 different types of seed we have. We have perennial ryegrass, fescue, bluegrass, and bentgrass.
Now, why are we using a blend of seeds?
Because that's what you already have existing in your lawn, and this will fit right in with that.
Okay.
Now, they recommend 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. But this is the last ingredient and the most important, so I like to go a little heavy. So I've set that for about 7 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Just pull the trigger and turn. Now for the last step, we're going to lightly rake the seed into the compost using the back side of the rake.
Like this?
Yeah, that's good. We just want to cover that seed up.
Okay, so how long before I'm going to have a new lawn?
Well, in 5 to 7 days, the perennial ryegrass will germinate, and it'll take a little longer for the other types of seed.
Okay.
And you're going to have to water it, probably twice a day, but just keep it damp. I don't want you to soak it and wash all the seed out.